Garlic-Focaccia. Blood Dragon. Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. An unofficial Terminator game as if made by Mel Brooks. Blood Dragon is one of the most fun and unique video games I've ever played. It both spoofs and celebrates 80s action films like Predator, Terminator, and the Rambo films, all glazed with a familiar Far Cry coating. Blood Dragon is like the pinnacle of FPS action games for me. It just is a game that I can turn on at any point of the day, any week, any goddamn year, and just have the same amount of fun with it as I did the first time I played it. It is a near perfect little game, little standalone DLC to Far Cry 3. But is better than Far Cry 3 in almost every conceivable way. And you know, not that Far Cry 3 is a bad game, because I enjoyed that one quite a bit as well, but just something about the tongue-in-cheek nature of Blood Dragon just drives home the creativity and ingenuity of this title, and that people are still clamoring for a sequel to this, and not specifically any other Far Cry title, just Blood Dragon. You know, I have seen the subsequent releases. I've only played a bit of New Dawn and maybe half of Far Cry 5, and I just lost interest, because it's a lot of the same, a lot of familiar tropes, and, you know, I think Far Cry 3 was the pinnacle of that kind of storytelling, boss, and how it pits you against him, and, brought you in as this kind of happy-go-lucky little scamp in a blue shirt and khakis, and, you know, it worked, though. I think a lot of people were kind of calling him a bitch, but, it worked that he was just a normal guy, and he gets thrown into this situation and has to become Rambo overnight, essentially. That was cool. And since then we've got, like, voiceless protagonists and people that are far less interesting, and, you know, the character creator is always a nice touch, but, you know, I think the silent but deadly thing just kind of doesn't take it as far for me if it's a large open world experience that's just kind of never-ending, but... Anyway, rambling on here, Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon is just glorious, and featuring none other than Michael Biehn as Rex Power Colt, who is just going to be one of my favorite protagonists, even though he adds very little gravitas of any sort of emotional depth, but that's just not the point. It's just all about the action, it's all about the tongue-in-cheek banter, and a lot of which, like, barely makes any sense, but it's absurd, it's funny, and it gets me chuckling every time. And oh boy, I can't stress enough that this game be played by every single individual that likes to play games out there, with its kind of cyberpunk 80s synthwave palette to just the non-stop blood-curdling action. And, the weapons that are straight out of films as well, like RoboCop and, again, Terminator. The Galleria is a shotgun that is literally named after the Galleria from Terminator 2. So there you go. And I think both the sniper rifle and the pistol are both featured in RoboCop. It's just great. Check it out. Bring your mom. Bring your dad. Bring your cousin twice removed. Have a picnic, pick a grassy lawn. Maybe it's not your lawn, but it's still a nice lawn. You know, have the picnic until you're told to leave, okay? Play Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. Enjoy your life. And, you know, everything about this game, you know, let's just go down a point-by-point basis here. Maybe one of the best things about this game that is so perfect and replayable and just addicting is the fast kind of kinetic movement that this game offers. It's kind of similar to something like Dying Light, where you can just kind of hold down a button and you start sprinting, and it's not parkour in Far Cry Blood Dragon per se, but you're able to leap and avoid fall damage no matter the height, because you're a cyborg, you're like a badass Terminator type thing, so you can leap from any cliff and you'll just have this like visceral, you know, you're just gravity's taking hold and it's sending you careening toward the ground, and then when you hit it, you just hit with this like metal clang, and it's just, oh, it is satisfying. and you can just keep on sprinting with those, like, you know, Matrix or Tom Cruise style ninja arms as he runs, you know, and it is just fantastic. It is just fantastic. Hold down that button and just run. And of course, returning here are the takedowns, which are now done with like a purple katana. It's just, it's fantastic. Yeah, run and gun, run and stab, however you want to play this game, stealthily or just that blazing kind of Doom style gameplay. It's all open to you here, you know. It's all open to you here. Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. A game that should, and I think has, and will, you know, it just surpasses the others quality-wise in every way, really. I think it just has stood the test of time, and because it has that kind of timeless look to it, and it's just having fun with itself. It's just playing with itself in public, and it's selling it. It's selling it. So you're just hop-toading yourself around, killing other little cyborg folks. And you're out to kill this dude named Sloan. Yeah, Sloan is another badass cyborg dude who just wants to take over the world and, you know, instill himself with this blood dragon recipe, which does wonders for cyborg blood. It's all ridiculous. And just that of an 80s cartoon or action movie from, you know, that era, with the Schwarzenegger era. You know, it's brilliant. So you just go on the warpath after this dude kills one of your boys, and just a one-man or one cyborg wrecking crew to blazon a path through this campaign. And like there are vehicles, there are ways of getting around other than running and jumping, but running and jumping seems to be the best way of doing that, because you just never get tired, and you're just pressing more buttons, you're feeling that kineticness to the movement. Kineticness? Yeah, anyway, just the kinetic gameplay of that is just stunning. You know, Ubisoft, I'll tell you. They should stop making Assassin's Creed games, they should stop making Far Cry games. Or at least for a while. It's the same thing with like Marvel fatigue. I've just had enough. I've had enough of this shit. Because they're barely telling stories anymore. They're just like, okay, let's just repackage the same thing with the same tone and feel. And yeah, we're just re-releasing it. Okay, we're just re-releasing it with a slightly new palette. Okay, maybe some tweaked gameplay options. You know, Far Cry 6 didn't even have like a skills or perks-based system. Like you didn't gain XP from like killing things. You just kill things now. It makes the whole process even more meaningful to just wreak havoc on the landscape. You know, and that's taking away a key aspect of what makes a game addicting and fun, you know? So, but yeah, just this thing. You picking up a fucking gun, just sprinting your way to victory here. Slash, cut, dip, dodge, and dive. Fucking shit, yo. But yeah, just soaked in the 80s. Montages, 80s action, 80s tongue-in-cheek dialogue. Like, it's just goofy as hell. It's goofy as hell. And, you know, you might say, well, I just don't think it's serious enough. I just don't think it really... I need something that really takes itself seriously. And that probably means you're someone that doesn't really have a sense of humor. And that's okay. You know, we need those people to laugh at. And that's all right, you know? That's the way it might have to be. But Ubisoft, stop repackaging this shit and just give the people what they're clamoring for, you know? Another Blood Dragon.
Ubisoft is what my wife said to me on my wedding night. They've probably heard that before.
And no, I'm not talking Blood Dragon Trials or Blood Dragon DLC that you'll see in every future Far Cry title from now on, because it's so loved. Yeah, if it's so loved, then why in the fuck aren't you making another one? I don't understand that. It would just, I mean, they'd probably fuck it up, let's be honest. They'd probably wokeify it or just dumb it down even more. I mean, it's pretty dumb to begin with, but it's brilliant in its simplicity and its goofiness. It's sheer just shameless fun action spectacle that it is, and just bringing in all those tropes. And yeah, otherwise it's pretty boring, and they need to shake up that formula if they really want to make these long drawn out games with the GTA style mission structure where, you know, you're going from point A to point B, killing things or delivering things while you're killing things. Anyway, that kind of shit that we're so fucking used to at this point. Just change the formula, or, you know, just make a new IP, similar gameplay mechanics, or just for fuck's sake give us another Blood Dragon and then call it quits with the Far Cry franchise. I don't know. I think Ubisoft might be in a bit of a crisis right now. They just keep repeating their mistakes and making the same game over and over again. You know, I think the last Assassin's Creed I actually enjoyed was Origins. And I tried Odyssey for, honest to God, I think I played it for 2 hours, and I was like, I just can't do this again. And look how big this fucking map is. Like, there's no way I'm going to see this whole map. Like, I even feel that way with, like, GTA San Andreas. That's a big game, too. That's, like, 4 cities, or no, hold on. It's like 3 cities, yeah? 3 cities and, like, little towns in between. That's a big fucking map. And I have trouble finding everything on that map, too. Like, a lot of the areas kind of in between the cities feel a lot more dead as a result. Is it still fun to rip around on a dirt bike, though? Yeah, and they knew that, you know? Then you could take just like a kinetic, fun way of getting around in a very cartoony style and just blazing your path through this whole goddamn thing. And, you know, I just can't say enough good about Blood Dragon, but at the same time, you don't really gotta say that much. I've already said pretty much all there is to say, and you know, by this point, you should be fucking picking it up. You should just be picking it up, picking your nose, picking your butt, and playing Blood Dragon. All right. It's just the equivalent of an active hand job, okay? But like a real sloppy hand job with some lubrication. All right. The lube is taking you places. All right. And that place is called Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. All right. That's crude and rude, but I'm in that tude. You know, I've got that tude tonight. So you're going to experience that tude in a very off-kilter fashion. So play Blood Dragon, and once you're done playing Blood Dragon, play it again. And you know, just tell yourself, but like do it as if you're telling me. You know, just like, Christ, you know, Garlic, Mr. Focaccia, you know, I really fucking loved Blood Dragon, and I'm so fucking glad that you told me about it, all right? I'm so fucking glad you took me down that primrose path, all right? And I want to be like, spiritually, I feel you, right? I feel you deep, bro. Yeah, you were touched by greatness. Not me, but Blood Dragon. You know, you get me. It's good. And, you know, expect the best from our developers, you know? As an aspiring video game producer and developer like myself, I want the best from these companies that make fucking heaps of goddamn cash. No, seriously, like goddamn Rockstar Games, too. Holy shit, like they raked in something like $8 billion with GTA 5. And that's no small amount, all right? That is a lot of quiche and a lot of moolah, okay? And that is the most profitable media entertainment product in existence. And this is Grand Theft fucking Auto, and this is surpassing like Disney, okay? Like that is hilarious, and I applaud them for this. But I also really hate the fact that 2K is just putting all of their funds into the online experience and then saying fuck you to the people that like a single player campaign and dumbing it down a little bit and then not giving us DLC. You know, and you know, hey, if everything that came out was good, we'd start being disappointed by things on a grander scale. You know, something that's half decent would come up and go, oh, that sucked. And that's not the way I want to live either. So it's a good thing that we have some mediocre to shitty material, just like having mediocre to shitty people around. You know, it's like you need some shitty people around to make your life better. Imagine if every little fucker out there, if everybody was cool, you know, whatever your definition of cool is, if everybody was like that, you'd go insane, right? I know I would. I fucking would, because you just wouldn't know who to befriend. You'd be like, okay, this guy's great. He treats the world like it's this fragile thing, and it's like, okay, great, but who's gonna go out and kill that boar? You know, we need some fresh ham to roast. Okay, we gotta get fucking Jack Iron Bollocks over here to cut up some swine, all right? And you need that shit. This has gone so far off the rails. But just what I'm saying is that the Blood Dragon is kind of that Jack Iron balls, okay? He's that Iron Bollocks, all right? Because it's like you kind of think, okay, like this is fucking nuts, and I shouldn't like this, but you do, okay? Because it's like the bad boy in the lot, all right? And but I mean, this is kind of going against my point. I think it's quite a stamp of quality that we're not used to seeing in the Far Cry series, to be quite honest with you. Very mediocre stories, really, with the exception of Far Cry 3. And I don't know, some good performances by like Troy Baker in the 4th game, and Giancarlo Esposito from The Mandalorian and Breaking Bad, and you know, all the shit that he's in. You know, he's good. God, he's good. But he's, you know, he's still no Voss. And it's not that it's his fault. It's just everything else wrapped in the package makes it mediocre. And I even saw like a little poster for Far Cry 6, and for like a new DLC, and it's like going for that kind of neon look to it. And it's like, okay, there's just crystals and shit everywhere. You're going to another dimension. You're kind of trying to recreate that like bubbly, goofy, dark synth kind of look. And it's not working. It's not fucking working. Either bring back Rex Power Colt, bring us into that Blood Dragon world one more time, because it's necessary, my friends. It's necessary. Yo, Ubisoft, stop being so fucking soft and start being hard. Give us another Blood Dragon. I'm broken fucking record over here. But, yeah, that's one in for Blood Dragon for me. If any of this made sense to any of you fuckers out there, okay? You know, lean into it. Lean into it. Lean up against that Blood Dragon and say, oh, that's some Blood Dragon. Oh, you serious? Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's good. It's very, very good. I think that's about all I can really say about Blood Dragon, folks. It is, it's just so decent. It's so decent, and it's just in need of some love, some a little callback to it, you know. Let's get another Blood Dragon in here. I think I've said this 5 fucking times already. You know what? Focaccia out. Have a garlic-infused day.
Oh boy, another one down. Doc, we're ready. What do you know about this place?
It only opens for the worthy. The area has some remarkable properties. Dragon blood becomes supercharged inside it, leading me to suspect it's a ley line hub, if you believe in Lockyer's theories of solstice alignments, and thus ripe with energy output. Be careful, Rex. That place is filled with death.
What kind of death?
The dangerous kind, Rex.